Alright, so the IPL 2026 season finally gave us what everyone was buzzing about yesterday, April 23rd, that massive El Clasico. The Mumbai Indians, or MI, hosted the Chennai Super Kings, CSK, right there at the iconic Wankhede Stadium. This wasn't just any match, folks, it was a huge one. This game marked the 42nd time these two legendary teams have gone head-to-head in IPL and Champions League T20 history. And you know what that means. It was absolutely drenched in rivalry and strategic battles. MI captain Hardik Pandya won the toss and chose to bowl first, which really set the stage for an intense battle, especially on a pitch that's been quite friendly to spinners lately. Now, a huge talking point leading up to the game was the absence of MI's absolute legend, Rohit Sharma. He was ruled out because of a hamstring injury he picked up earlier in the month. Even though we saw him hitting some balls in the nets, he just wasn't cleared to play, and that definitely left a big hole at the top of MI's batting order. Meanwhile, for the Chennai Super Kings, captain Ruturaj Gaikwad came into this match under some serious pressure. His leadership and batting form have really been under the scanner, especially with CSK having a bit of an up and down start to IPL 2026. And you know, the result of a high-stakes game like this was going to be super important for both teams' positions in this super competitive league stage. So, that game at Wankhede? It really shone a light on the wildly different form and the intense pressure some of the big names on both sides were dealing with. Take Jasprit Bumrah, for instance. He's Mumbai Indians' main man with the ball, right? Well, he walked into this game with a lot of chatter swirling around his early IPL 2026 performance. Now, we all know Bumrah is usually world-class, but he'd actually hit a bit of a rare slump. He hadn't grabbed a single wicket in his first 5 games this season. That got people talking, even though his economy rate was still looking pretty solid. But hey, the good news was his return to the squad and his availability were confirmed, which really just screams his commitment to the team's whole campaign. Now, for Chennai Super Kings, Ruturaj Gaikwad's captaincy was still the big topic. Especially with the team kind of struggling, and his own bat not exactly lighting up the scoreboard. Yeah, Gaikwad's form at the top of the order? It had been pretty underwhelming. And you had former players speculating that maybe the captaincy weight was just getting to him, affecting his natural game. And get this, even though MS Dhoni was out with a calf strain, his legendary influence was still casting a huge shadow. Gaikwad himself even nodded to that iconic presence right there at the toss. Then you had Suryakumar Yadav, another huge MI batter, who was also facing some heat about his consistency early in IPL 2026. This is the guy who just led India to a T20 World Cup title in 2026, mind you. The rivalry between Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings is one of the most intense in the IPL, with both teams boasting 5 championship titles each. Historically, Mumbai Indians have maintained a slight advantage in head-to-head encounters, leading CSK 21-18 in IPL matches and 22-19 when including Champions League T20 games. However, Chennai Super Kings had won 4 of their last 5 meetings against MI, adding another layer of competitive edge to yesterday's clash. The Wankhede Stadium pitch, observed to be favoring spinners recently, presented a strategic challenge, particularly for CSK, who have shown vulnerability against spin bowling in IPL 2026. Each match between these titans is a critical component of their season's trajectory, influencing playoff qualifications and team morale. With MI's core players like Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah, and Suryakumar Yadav and CSK's Ruturaj Gaikwad and the overall squad dynamics, the outcome of this encounter would inevitably shape the narrative for their respective campaigns as the IPL 2026 season progresses towards its playoffs. The match underscored the high stakes and perennial drama that defines this celebrated IPL rivalry.